Welcome to Season 1, Episode 1, Leadership Styles. This episode is going to cover basic leadership styles and ways to play each style that have the highest success chances. Huge disclaimer. All leadership styles come with situational advantages and disadvantages accordingly, meaning that leadership styles can vary between matches and change depending on the situation of each match. Going by one leadership style throughout one match is a very bad idea and will usually end in a defeat. The offensive style is a style founded off the ideologies of aggression and straight to the point like morals. The offensive style is key for regiments with high combat capability and muskets, as they can use their well-balanced weaponry and high skill level fighters to their advantage. The offensive style has two main reasons for its failure, and it is up for debate. The main reasons that have been noticed by me and others are overpushing, or biting off more than you can chew and going too deep into enemy lines, while the other one is bad push choice, or being more aggressive and attacking the enemy while down in numbers, skill level, notable secondary commanders, or multiple or all the above. The defensive playstyle is a style founded off the ideologies of slower gameplay, usually by holding positions and retreating when needed. The defensive playstyle is key for regiments with rifles, as they can use their range to their advantage. Defensive playstyles usually fail due to static movement, or not moving and allowing the enemy to attack your point from multiple positions, as well as over-retreating, or falling back in situations when not needed, ultimately losing numbers in the process. The balanced leadership style is founded off of defensive-like ideologies, however, you exploit on enemies' mistakes or weak spots by using aggressive playstyles. The balanced leadership style has the highest success with well-rounded regiments, usually with muskets and slightly to well above average rally numbers. The main reasons the balanced leadership style fails is due to readability, which is allowing the enemy to read when you plan on attacking/retreating, and communication error, or not relaying information to other commanders, allowing them to exploit on mistakes as easily. As stated at the beginning of the video, leadership styles should not be strictly followed throughout the entirety of one match. For example, if you were to have an offensive playstyle an entire match, you'd often find it difficult to overtake your opponent's positions after a certain period of time. Every good leader is able to juggle playstyles mid-match as needed in order to have the highest success rate. However, most leaders will generally live by one leadership style to an extent. For example, if someone who pushes more than others will generally follow more offensive leadership ideologies. By understanding the way your fellow leaders act and perform in battle, it will allow for you to work better with them and use your playstyles to your advantages and work off of one another. I will now ask you a series of questions that help you evaluate your playstyle. We'll see where you end up by the end of things. Question 1. Which of these situations do you think is the best time to push? A. When you outnumber the opponent. B. When you are in a flanking position on the opponent. Or C. When you have support from a flank and outnumber the opponent. Question 2. If you were leading 10 men and being pushed by 15, what would you do? A. Order my men to hold the position and then proceed to drive the enemy farther back if possible. B. Attempt to hold the position and if I am losing men, fall back to a safer one. Or C. Fall back unless I have support from another commander. Question 3. You see a force that is losing men rapidly and is starting to flee. What do you do? A. Use your momentum to get as many kills and push them back as far as possible. B. Push the enemies back and stop once the enemy reinforcements start to arrive. Or C. Fire at the enemies then fall back to the previous position. Question 4. Last one. You are leading men in the center. The right side is being pushed head-on and you are losing men fast. What do you do? A. Use my men to attack the flank, then kill as many that are retreating as possible. B. Attack the flank and drive the enemy back until they begin to get their reloads in. Or C. Reinforce the middle and ensure that they don't push forward any farther. If you answered with mostly A, you are mostly offensive orientated. If you answered mostly with B, you are mostly balanced orientated. And if you mostly answer with C, you are mostly defensively orientated. Being able to recognize how you lead will help you feel your way around situations more, especially with others. I strongly recommend that you ask your other regimental leaders how they usually lead and see which ones you compare the most to. However, working with people with different leadership styles can also be good because it allows for new ideas to be brought to your head. Always welcome and try out new ideas, as it may turn out better than you'd think. This concludes the first episode of the first season, Leadership Basics. This episode is simply meant for you to know where you fall on the leadership spectrum, which will help you out in the future. In the next episode, I'm going to be covering the do's and don'ts in leadership, which will go over all of the main ideologies that should be universally followed and universally ignored, as they have been proven to do more bad than good. If any of you guys have any questions about the Leadership Lab, feel free to comment below or message me on Discord. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can always be in the loop of the newest leadership videos. Have a lovely day.